Hello friends, welcome if you're just joining in on YouTube. It's Yoga, Upward Spiral Yoga with Greg and Looney Cat. We have a growing network of friends who watch all the way around the world now. We really appreciate your liking and subscribing. And if you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching it recorded, it's Wednesday, July 24th. And we are live streaming from Pleasant Hill, California. Greg and Looney Cat, we're yoga for everybody. On Wednesday, we start with about 6-7 more minutes on our back, just literally relaxing. And then we do some good yin style yoga and movement to keep our bodies healthy, happy, and strong. A lot of YouTubers have been with us for a while. If you're brand new, what's this? Why not give it a try? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Most importantly, your sanity, your health, your joy, and your well-being. Because who doesn't like to do yoga with cats? I hope your cat is nearby. Anyway, nice deep breath, settle in, start doing nothing. It's a great way to start. We are very happy to see you. Hey, welcome if you're just getting in. I see both Zoomers and YouTubers streaming into class from local here in the Bay Area of California and all the way around the world. Really good YouTube analytics tonight. Friends from several continents. Please don't forget to leave me a comment of where you're watching from and what benefits you're receiving from yoga. Also, any questions you have. Looney and I are happy to answer yoga metaphysical questions for you as best we can. I give the hard ones to Looney. That's how he earns his cat treats. Anyway, why not wiggle your legs out a couple of times? It's very hot here in the Bay Area. Legs get hot and sticky, and it's good to wiggle them out a little bit. Get a little space in your undercarriage. 5 more happy minutes relaxing on our back. If you're brand new, the YouTube algorithm dropped you off here because you like yoga or movement or healing or restoration or yin. This is a good thing to try out. It might be exactly what you're looking for. God has a funny way of connecting us to the things we most need, oftentimes through coincidence, serendipity, kismet. Now, can you breathe a little more deeply into your body? Make a little bit more of a meditation out of the rise and the fall of your belly button. You think you're getting all those. Good, you're doing great. You're breathing from your belly button. You're feeling your feels. You're cooling your jets. The windmill of your mind is starting to slow down. Cats are starting to purr. Muscle tension starting to release. Your facial cheeks are softening. Your butt cheeks are releasing. What's not to like? Breathe what you feel what you breathe. Boy, I need some yoga with my friends. I've been moving, packing boxes, taking stuff down, sweating. Okay, really big, deep inhale, biggest breath of the whole day so far. Whopping big inhale. Fill up your whole container. Exhale, let it all go. We are calm, empty souls. It's good to clean out, empty out every now and then. By the way, you are in good company. You are with many, many, many like-minded souls for the purpose of healing. So it's good to wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate collective feel-good through your body. Circulate it around. 99% of health is circulation. Energetic, emotional, vibrational. 5% is math. Good, take your arms up to the ceiling. Lace up your hands. Stretch your arms back up over your head. Get that first thing in the morning, euphoric, I'm gonna explode with happiness kind of feeling in your body. That makes me point my toes like a cat, kind of splay them open a little bit. Good, draw your knees in, roll around on your back, have a little fun. There's one thing we're always gonna have in upward spiral cat yoga, and as much fun as we can, as long as the work gets done. When your work is play, you never work again for the rest of your life. Good, roll the other way. Fabulous. Let's sit up and say hello and then consider what we shall do together. What do you think? I think that's a go. Whew. So, I got a haircut today and Looney didn't. He's still very furry. He's very black and furry and thick and bushy right in the middle of the summertime. I, on the other hand, am just got a little brush cut. It feels spectacular. And anyway, if you're brand new, my name's Greg. If you're a veteran, you know this. It's good to see you. And Wednesday, we're gonna do some ritual movements. And if you're brand new, follow these along and trust the process. And before you know it, I can promise you, it's not a human promise, it's a spiritual promise. You'll begin to feel better, think better, act better, behave better. Things will just go better. It's what yoga did for me. It's done it for humans for 10,000 years. It works. And one of the great adjuncts to yoga is chanting. And so maybe you got some stuff stuck in your throat, emotions, communications, good chance to get them out. Nice big inhale. Okay, yoga prayer hands at our heart, drop a chin. God, love, source, infinite higher organizing wisdom. May peace and light and love and tolerance radiate out from each and every one of us so that this crazy mixed up world can come into harmonious alignment. May peace reign supreme. All appearances to the contrary. All right, good job. Hey, they got some more cat treats. Kitty, kitty, kitty. I've noticed a lot of people have been watching for the cat. Here's the rest of your treats. Shoulders, 1, 2. There's some things we do in every class, like our joints, for example, because I can't go a day without an inventory of my various angles and lever systems. Otherwise, they get all creaky. Other way, 1, 2. I'm having fun ripping stuff off of my walls, putting stuff in boxes. Man, it's just good to see things from a different angle sometimes. You get to the point where you don't see anything anymore. You're so used to seeing it. Really? You're just going to leave after eating all those? Okay. All right. All right, up you go. If you haven't poofed with me before, you're really missing out because poofing with me is one of life's greatest joys. Up your back, behind your neck. Poof. Your poof can be loud and boisterous. It can be quiet and subtle. It can be explosive and shrieking. It can be almost inaudible. What kind of poof do you do? Do you have poof? Good. Uno más, por favor, for my friends down Guadalajara way. And But here's one we actually haven't done for a while, strangely enough. We're going to lace our hands. If you're new, this is so weird. Thumbs up. And I'm going to brush my thumbs down the widest side of my neck for soothing, for release, for relaxation, for stretching my neck, making it longer. Maybe you already have a long giraffe-like neck. I learned this from a giraffe. 6, it's hard to do with hooves. 7, 8. Okay, really weird. Thumbs underneath there's a little soft spot. See that? If I poke in there, my head goes flop like a doll's head down into my hands. That's key. And my face relaxes into my hands, which just feels good. My thumbs dig underneath my jaw, which punctures me. And this releases weeks, months, years, lifetimes, accumulated throat tension. We've withheld a lot of screams, you guys. There are a lot of times we wanted to scream but couldn't. So we'll get it out appropriately. Good, all right. What's better than after that? 1, 2. Remember, about 103% of this class is the mood that we're cultivating of peace, acceptance, gratitude, contentment, appreciation, and presence of being. 6. You can go a long way on those qualities, kitty cats. 8. 8 the other way. 1, 2, 3. Pretty much 4. I'm all 5. 6, 7. And relax your head down on number 8 for about 20 seconds. Close your eyes. Aim your attention into your mysterious meat vehicle. Isn't it weird that there's this thing connected to our brain that hangs down and takes us where we want to go? It's got lots of instincts. We feed it, we care for it. It reciprocates by providing us sensory input, occasionally sensory pleasure. Tells us where we are in the world. Gives us feedback. What a miracle that we have one of those. Love yours, because if you don't, nobody else will. Okay, now here's a fun one for a hot day. My hands are on my knees. My left shoulder comes down to the right, and I'm just taking it around. My first movement is a little crunchy and limited. I've got really bendy friends. They can touch their left shoulder to their right knee, their right shoulder to their left knee. It's kind of like your washing machine on agitate, except this isn't agitate. This is meditate. It's a groovy movement. Your arms get involved. It reminds me of the big lizards in Avatar. 7. This is just damn good for you. And 8. Now, as you might imagine, my right shoulder's heading down to left knee, left shoulder, right knee. I swing around. And then, like a top gaining momentum, I take it around. And I like movements like this because they slow down my thinking. 5, 6. If people would just move like this more often, the world would be a happier place. And 8. Good job. Sometimes you just hold your arms out, and these are side to sides. Now, I did this with my class in Pleasant Hill last night, big class. And some of the people were going like this, and I couldn't figure it out. Why were they doing that when they should be sliding with level arms side to side? But I did teach it to them. Hey, welcome if you're just getting in. Somebody I haven't seen for a while. Where have you been, young lady? Now, I'm reaching, but my butt cheeks are, I actually have Velcro patches on my butt, and I stick them to my floor, and that way I can go side to side. 7, 8. But you know what? That makes my arms tired. Oh, all right. So you know what you do then? You do seated fold. Now, if you're brand new doing this, sitting with your legs crossed on the floor is miserable. Your knees are high. Your spine is rounded back. You can't lean forward at all. It feels like you're in jail. Sit up on a blanket. If you have the blessing of some time doing yoga, you can fold over your hips, lengthen your spine, close your eyes. Some of us like to move a little bit, get some sway and some sweep. Others like to hold still. Depends on your countenance, your RPMs. Sometimes I forget to drop my jaw and relax my hair. Good, now from fingertips, I like to lengthen my spine and look forward. I call it, look at your bright future. And then I exhale and I push my face down into it. And I go, big face full of bright future. Shoulder, and then relax your shoulders away from your ears, 3 inches, armpits down. Inhale, rise up, super yogis. Wow, great turnout of Zoomers, astonishing turnout of YouTubers. Peeps from all over the world, this thing is growing. If you set your mind on something and just start, it may take a while, but when the momentum kicks in, it is exhilarating beyond all imagination. Prior to that, it'll just scare the living shit out of you, but you just keep going. Pardon my language. You got to be scared sometimes. If you're not, it means you're not trying, you're not stretching, you're not exploring, you're not expanding. Relax your lower back, shoulders away from your ears. Stop thinking. Good, my friends. Now come on up. Now I usually switch back to my usual cross just because it feels more comfortable. Feels like my feet are in the right place. My heels aren't digging into my butt. Okay, if you're brand new, we Om about once every 5-6 minutes. Inhale, because it's so good for you. Inhale, belt out frustrations. Get it out. Sometimes if you start oming and you haven't before you know it, you find yourself beginning to have conversations with people that maybe the communication had been stuck. And sometimes it's messy at the start, but we can't hold those energies and those communications. And oming together, it's a good way to start that throat energy moving. And there's so much healing there. We simply cannot live appropriately, optimally with stuck communications. Inhale. It's very hard for us quiet, agreeable people. Of course, if you're just a mean narcissist, it's pretty easy. Good, now I'm going to turn to the right, left hand, right knee. I'm going to get a little opening salvo twist to the right. None of the movements tonight are level 4 movements. These are like level 1 and 2, calm, peaceful, stable, accessible. These are designed to open the valve of our mind to spirit. Every pose is a prayer. One of the cool things about doing yoga is problems you've been putting up with for a long time, they just disappear in the process of life itself. It will blow your mind. Good, come out of that twisty. Do an inhale. Some of us have been wrestling with the same problem 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Those are stuck energy patterns. Inhale here. Exhale, turn left, right hand, left knee. Yoga is positively magical at rearranging those energies, getting them to move. We're not meant to be stagnant in one place for years and years and years. Only a human could do that. Good, inhale here. Exhale, come on out. All right, now stretch your pins out. This is a yoga pose. It's called leg sticking out pose. It actually has a formal name, Dandasana. And then my hands, if you have long arms, you can bring your hands way back and still root your hands in. I have a very long torso and average arms. I got average arms, long from head to waistband. So I got to really reach down to get to the floor. Some friends are like 2/3 legs and 1/3 torso. With long arms, we call them supermodels, and they can push into the floor and lift their body up off of the floor. We're not doing that, don't worry. Go ahead if you want, I wouldn't stop you. Good, so all I'm doing is I'm just firming my spine angle and rooting out through my heels, drawing my toes in, puffing my chest out. I'm just striking a pose. Dandasana, danda, staff, staff of life, staff of spine. Good, now I'm going to bring my feet in and I'm going to eject my bottom to the top, bottoms up. It's been scientifically proven by scientists I've not met and that I haven't read that by doing this pose once a day, you live longer than you would have otherwise and way happier with way stretchier pants. Good, and now sink down. Now, I got to be honest with you for a second. This next pose I'm going to do in such a mild fashion because my back's a little sore, but it doesn't mean that I can't bring my feet together and my knees. So maybe you're brand new, you're struggling in your body. Some people have a very hard time just bringing their feet in. Their knees will tend to widen out. Now, little kids and yogis, they can bring their feet in way further and their knees will squeeze together. Now, to manage my getting better but still slightly tender lower back, this is as much as I'm going to squeeze. But I've got bendy friends, their heels run into their bottom, their knees are all the way into their chest, their knees are together, and they're hugging themselves into a tight cannonball. Now, the amount of sensation is up to you. Just pretend you're at a summer party, you're wildly inebriated, and you go jump in your neighbor's pool with all of your clothes on during a big summer party. You're doing a cannonball. I've done that more than once. See, you got to squeeze every day. Be your own main squeeze, you guys. Even a little squeeze helps. Good, now you know what's good about that? Is when you let go, especially if you're built like me, with my non-childbearing hips, my knees just fall all the way down. Maybe you're brand new and your knees don't release at all because you got a tight ass. Don't give up. Don't give up. Here's what you do. You just start rocking on your booty bun cheeks left and right, okay? Left and right. It'll open up your tight rear. Good, then after a while, you wag your knees out. If you're brand new, your groins are going to be, why are we doing this? This is ridiculous. This is stupid. Just do it anyway. Make your body mind you. Don't mind your body. Make your body mind and behave your intention. After a while, you can push your knees down and straighten your arms unless you got the supermodel extra long arms and the short torso and the 2/3 legs thing. If you have that, thank mom and dad a lot. They screwed you in some ways, but you got some good stuff too. It's a mixed bag. Good, now here's a weird one. This is called just sitting kind of unflattering. It's the first time you're going to see your boyfriend's parents for the first time. You walk into their living room with your skirt on and you sit like this and they're like, oh my God. Arms out, internal, external. After a while, you store up a lot of stories in life, a lot of experiences. Make sure you make lots of mistakes too, big hairy ones. That's how you learn the most. Internal. 3, 4 marriages at least, right? And all the internal you got, hands behind your back for handcuffs in case you make a big mistake. Behind your back, chickens, poultry in motion. Now I put my elbows inside my knees. A lot of people can't. If you can't, keep coming back. And then my bendiest friends can squeeze their elbows together with their knees. It'll make you feel like you're going to break your hands off, but it probably won't. If one of your hands does come off, it was going to pretty soon anyway, and now we can address it. I can't squeeze my elbows all. I've been doing this since before most of you were born. Well, not all of you. Oh. Some of you as old as rocks out there. Oh my God. Just kidding. Everybody's young. Good. Now, cross your legs. We better counter stretch, don't you think? Arms out, palms up. Are you one of those touch your elbows together people? I'm not. Hold the baby. Turn the baby over and put the baby down in the crib. Lean forward into your bendy wrist. Drop your chin. Close your eyes. Go inside and make ujjayi breathing. If you don't know what that is, you make a little throaty, whispery sound at the back of your throat by dragging the breath along your glottis. And with your chin dropped and your eyes closed and this beautiful ambient sound at the back of your throat, you start to lift to higher and higher echelons of love and bliss and serenity. God's always knocking. Oftentimes we go a long time without answering. Doesn't that seem silly? Oh yeah, God, I forgot. I forgot that I live and move and breathe and have my being in the infinite presence of the universe. That's as much as you can forget. Good, come up and out. Do you know one of the definitions of yoga is remembering? Come out and go like this. This is one of my favorite movements. I call it jellyfish. It's like you're in Monterey Aquarium right up against the glass and a jellyfish comes over and belly dances for you. By the way, I have a very weird imagination. You haven't even seen a 50th of it, but if you like and subscribe and go to Upward Spiral Yoga, I'll show you some more. I think you'll like it. Good, then Parvatasana, push my paws up. We all have so much latent, amazing talent and ability, and how about let's not let it be latent anymore. Let's get it out, because that's why we're here, kitty cats. Good, I'm gonna lean this way, stretch. I tuck my underpants in too tight. Good, inhale. On this side, I tuck my t-shirt into my underpants. You're never supposed to do that. Good, and release out. Okay, now we're going to go into a whole different kind of movement, but I'm wondering if you'd be willing to close your eyes and just be with me in meditation for 1 minute. I'm going to zip my trap for 1 minute. Good. 1 minute of connection with spirit is worth hours and days and weeks of unconscious contact. Problems are solved, answers are given, solutions are found, inspirations are dropped into our head. It's invaluable. You worth more than all the money in the world. Okay, 1 ohm, and then we're going to get on our back, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Long super extendo ethel merman ohm. Inhale. This time I'm going to part the Red Sea. Oh, now I'm going to put it back together. Good. Pray for the thing most wanted or needed. Put a lot of feeling in your prayer. Ask big and bold. Don't be scared to ask. Ask for exactly what you want in the most certain terms. God can take it, likes it actually. Okay. Now, back in the day before my meniscus kind of went a little funky, everything else works great. Trust me, everything else is totally copacetic. But I can't do pigeon pose anymore because I can't put all my weight on my knee. But with my super big brain, huge IQ, and amazing humility, I've learned how to do pigeon pose upside down. Would you do pigeon pose with me upside down? Well, thank you. Well, to do it, there's some mitigating factors, and one of them is, for most of us humans, if you're not human and you're watching this, I am honored to have aliens or other species in my presence. But for this one, I'm making a blanket roll. See that? If you don't have a blanket roll, leave a like and a comment, and I'll have a drawing for free blankets sent to your location, unless you're an alien. Now, to do upside down pigeon pose, you got to be upside down. But when you're on your back and you bring a knee in, your spine shortens, and this is why the smart cats have see how my neck's on a blanket? It feels, even that feels good. Now to start upside down pigeon pose, you just bring your right knee in and extend your left leg out. And we just do this for a few moments. And because it's yin yoga, we can take our time. You might even circle your right knee around to open up your acetabulum, your hip joint. A lot of people have tight acetabulums, and this will fix that. When you have a tight acetabulum, more money doesn't fit in your pocket. Other way with your knee. Now, let's lift our heads and look at each other. I see you. Now I'm going to put my right elbow inside my right knee. I'm going to grab my right big toe and I'm going to do upside down archer pose. Now you might not be this flexible. You might just only be able to bring your right knee in a little bit. It might be a couple of weeks before you can grab your right big toe like this. If you can't, just grab your knee. It's okay. There are people who are thousands of times more flexible than me. Not better looking, but more flexible, and their right knee comes all the way down to the floor. I don't care. Good for them. And we just hold archer pose. Now I'm keeping my left heel extended forward, and I'm just waiting for my tissues to open up. I had a big old Reiki session today. Do you know what Reiki is? It's an energetic form of healing. Whoo-wee! Haven't had that for a while. We were doing some past life work. Apparently I was misbehaving in a past life. Pretty bad too, sorry. Good. Now, you guys lift up your head. Now, grab your right knee with your right hand and your right foot with your left hand. I'm pulling my shin in across my body. My right shin is sort of crossing as I lift my head, neck, and shoulders. If back in the day, I would easily put my right foot behind my head. Today, probably not. And again, I'm just circling it around. Now I'm going to put my right elbow underneath my right knee. I'm going to rest my head back down, and now I'm drawing in my right shin at an angle over my chest. Now we are doing upside down pigeon pose. If you're not flexible enough to get here, you're just barely drawing your right shin in at an angle, and you're doing baby pigeon. Some of us are doing teenage pigeon. And if the right foot is behind your head and you're lying on your back, like my teacher used to do all the time, that's called mature pigeon. And we just hold here and enjoy the fruit of our practice. Sometimes when I'm golfing with my mid-60-year-old golf friends, I do this on the first tee when I'm warming up, and all my friends look away in embarrassment and shame, but then I wallop them on the golf course, and then they do it. When you do this one, try to wear an attractive petticoat. Oh boy, is my buns opening up now, kids. Good. Now, let's lift up our head, neck, and shoulders. Let's re-grab our right big toe with our right hand. And I'm very gently going to straighten my right leg out. And I cannot straighten my right leg all the way. I'm too muscular, I'm too buff, I'm too popular. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, straighten it a little until you feel some yin. Good, inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, straighten it. Good, now release your right footy foot. Bring it down to the floor, wiggle out both your legs, extend it, and chillax for a moment. Just let all that dent, maybe even lift your butt cheeks and wiggle your hindquarters. I don't know why they're called hindquarters. They should be called hind halves, I think. Let's just do one side. Let's not. Bring your left knee in, okay? If you're tight as a boiled owl and your knee only comes to here, then boy, are you in the right place. Lace up over your left knee if you can, and take your knee around in a circle. Now, right knee, my hips don't speak English. They speak kind of south of the border. Sounds like Brazilian. My hips speak a foreign Mediterranean language, but they're cheering. Other way. My hips wear hats with fruit in them. Oh, it feels so good on my butt. I have a job where I can say that, and it's entirely appropriate. But now lift up your head, you guys. Can you bring your left elbow inside your left knee like when you were a little kid? Grab your great toe, upside down archer pose. If you can't do this, just hold your left knee in as best as you can. Aren't you glad you have that blanket underneath your neck? Hey, cat, kitty, kitty, kitty. This is when he usually likes to pounce on me from his cat tree. I'm not looking, and he'll jump right on the most exposed, sensitive part of my body from like 10 feet. That'll get your attention. Now, one of these days, my left knee's coming all the way down to the floor outside the left side of my rib cage. Just not today. We're not trying to straighten the leg. The knee is bent. If you got a tight butt, you're going to have to pay some dues. But before you know it, your bottom will open up and whole new possibilities will open up for you. Okay, now lift up your head. Are you able to grab your left knee and your left foot simultaneously? That angles my shin, doesn't it? This might be it. Maybe your left elbow underneath your left knee. If you're really flexible, you could get your right elbow underneath your left ankle and then rest your head back. That's too much for me right now. And then I do rest my head back. And now I'm happily re-enjoying upside down pigeon. You can't stop me. You take away one thing, I'll replace it with something better. That's what we teach in life coaching. No matter what we got, we can rearrange it, reframe it, rethink it, react it, revivify it, and turn it into the glory that it's meant to be. If you haven't life coached with me, upwardspiralyoga.com. It is the adventure of a lifetime. Look me up. I've been coaching people since the turn of the century. Thousands and thousands and thousands of humans. Good, now lift up your head. I'm going to re-grab my left big toe. I'm going back into archer's pose. And I'm going to inhale. And I'm going to try to straighten my leg out a little till I get some stretching. I don't claim to be the world's most flexible person. Maybe the most humble. Good, inhale, bend the knee, bend the knee. Everybody's got to bend the knee sooner or later. Exhale, straighten to where you can. I'm interested in what you can do. Inhale, bend it. Exhale, straighten it. Oof. Good, release it. Let it down on the floor. Now straighten out your legs way far away from you. Shift your butt cheeks around till your butts are all melted like cats in sunbeams. Happy buns. Good, 1 minute of Shavasana, just laying on our back, letting our bones refine their happy place. We're not done, we're just doing a transition. Transitions can be very slow, very peaceful. It's good to take your time sometime. Okay, slowly sit up back together again. Together again. It's nice to rendezvous with you again. I love doing yoga with humans. It's just the thing I love. After every single yoga class, I've always felt better in some way, even if it's a shift of one molecule. Sometimes my whole life changes in one class. But every time we do yoga, you can trust your higher power that you get better, stronger, livelier, more connected. Sometimes you can't feel it for days or weeks, or you're going through a hellish period, but you will come out the other side far better off. Good, an Om, because it's time. Big inhale. Oh, thank you, Priya. I love you. I think you and I should talk pretty soon. Prayer hands, receive your prayers. Just say, thank you, God, for all the prayers you've answered and the ones that are flowing in right now as we speak. Thank you that it's your great good pleasure to pour out your blessings to your kids, of whom I am most assuredly one. I forgot. I thought I was kind of an orphan in this universe and suffered accordingly, but then you reminded me. Amazing grace. I was lost, but now I'm found. I cannot listen to that song without bursting out into tears. I can play it on the piano now too. I'll come over. Good, you guys. What now? Okay, I've got these two big ideas in my head. Let's see. Hang on. You know what? I'm going to go with a more relaxing and ecstatic one. That's my decision. I hope you approve. Like and subscribe either way. Now, for this one, you can use yoga blankets or pillows. And if you're fortunate and you have a yoga bolster, We're going to do some inner child work with our bolster. Now, I did a lot of this work today in my Reiki session. I was a little baby. I was in an incubator. I was born 2.5 months premature. I had to get out. I couldn't take my mom's drinking anymore. So I popped out 2.5 months premature. They popped me in an incubator, and then they left me there for a long time. I was very sad. I cried a lot and screamed. I thought nobody was ever going to come get me. But now, today, I went and I got my inner child and I picked up the little guy and I told him everything's going to be okay. And he screamed and cried. He calmed down a little bit. It was very nice. I think we all can do that kind of work sometimes. I bet you might have had some tough times in your childhood. I don't know, a world war maybe? I don't know. Anyway, now put the bolster out in front like this. See, it's out in front of me. This is my favorite twist. It's super relaxing. Now, just spin your knees over to your left. I'm the southwest guy, aiming the plane over here. Pull the bolster into your right hip. Put your right hand on the bolster. Slap it. Fold your knees and ankles around behind you like a mermaid. Put both hands into the bolster and push back. Lean back like Rita Hayworth in one of those 1940s movies, sweeping her hair back. I am not going to be a pinup in this lifetime. Next lifetime for sure. Good, now right hand over here. Gonna move my bolster over to 1 o'clock. Gonna aim my belly button jewelry down. Come down onto my big chest tattoo and my right ear for unbendies, left ear. I'm sorry. Yeah, right ear. How about either ear? Good. Let's veg out for 2 minutes. Sometimes you just gotta do nothing. You'll feel your bones releasing one joint at a time. Sometimes two joints, will be this big clunk as your body lets go. Now, if you're one of my bendier bears and I got a lot of flexible friends, you could lift up, go a little further to your right, but I'm going to leave that up to you. Are you happy or do you need some more stretchy? Want me to come over to your house and step on you? That's an extra charge. Sure, Greg, come on over. Step all over me. Looney does this pose. Cats do this one the best. Good. Now, if you were silly and went onto your left ear, go back to your right ear. Big inhale, big outhale. Bring your hands in, press up really slow. This one leaves a dent. Some poses leave an impression. Some poses leave a dent. Just like a good relationship. Some relationships leave an impression. Others leave a dent. Ah, I still have a couple of dents left in me. Good. Now we're going to sit back up. I'm all squared up. I got my Pat Pat Buttercat in front of me. Okay, now we're going to spin our knees over to our right. We're just sitting Indian style, right? No problem. Now, Greg highly recommends left hand on the bolster. Then as you lean into your left hand, left elbow, it's easier to smooch your right knee around so that you're sitting like a mermaid. Mermaid is knees on top, and you look back at your feet and they're crossed like a mermaid sits. Then push into your hands and lean back like Betty Grable. Who's your favorite pinup? Ava Gardner? Ronald Reagan? Cary Grant? Some movie star. Good, now left hand goes over here. That starts a twist. Then I cleverly move my sundial over to 11 o'clock. I turn my belly button jewelry down. Belly button, solar plexus, chesticles, throat, and probably left ear. Unless you're really bendy, then you have permission to go to your right ear. Just make sure that you can breathe. Night, night, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. This is the best yin pose. It goes way through the layers of your body. Like nested Russian dolls. Okay, biggest inhale ever. Exhale, let go of years of accumulated stress, anxiety, tension, trauma, and let's all heal anew. Exhale it all out. Like a sponge that's been squeezed out, we absorb the good stuff. Bring hands in, please. Press out slowly. as if you really have a choice. I can do everything I could ever do before at any phase of my life, just sometimes slightly slower, which makes it actually more fun. I used to do everything way too fast. Now, one more big old Om, and then I'll let you out of class into Shavasana. Biggest inhale ever. When God hears you Om, she comes running like a mother cat for her kitten, and she is ready to kick ass on anything that's bothering you. Good. Okay, now the good news is for Shavasana, I've got my knee bolster here and my neck bolster here. And I always say goodbye to my friend Helga at the end of class. Guten Nacht. Moi, auf Wiedersehen. And everybody else on your back, take a load off. Now, if you watch me, and who doesn't want to watch me, I'm putting my knees over my bolster. I have to scout around for my neck bolster. There it is. OMG, OMG. Love my yoga. And now we get to relax together. We get to all jump into bed together for 5 minutes for time out. Don't forget to wiggle your legs out a couple of times. Lift your left and right butt cheeks. Get any dents out of your bottom. Let your eyes roll back. Maybe swallow. Let go of your jaw. And the pose starts now. Oh boy, yay. You've earned this. Okay, my friend, stay nice and relaxed in the pose. Relax even more. There's that guy's voice from a million miles away, gently calling you back, ollie, ollie, oxen free. You are free. Free in your mind, free in your body, free in your life. Free to make choices, free to follow your desire, free to experiment, free to create, free to love. Good. Now, if you'd like to invite God, Love, Source, if you'd like to invite her into your nervous system, now's a good time. I'm not sure what I am, but I know that I'm not the all in all, so I like to invite God in a few times every day. Good. Then I like wiggling my fingers and toes and circulating ecstatic feel good through my body. I like coloring my body with a palette of beautiful astral colors. Good. Then I like curling onto my right side nice and slow and resting on my right side for a few moments. Okay, and then please keep your eyes closed when you sit up. Please take your time nice and slow, eyes closed. We find a place for your buns. And as we all reassemble ourselves, our spines are tall, our shoulders are relaxed, our heart is open, our eyes are closed, our mind is wide open, hands to our heart. And then let's connect thought, feeling, and action, hands and head and heart. When those connect together with spirit, we are an unstoppable force in the universe. Altogether, the mighty Wednesday, Yin's Day yogis, we all say, Namaste. YouTubers, thank you for liking and subscribing. It's great to see the hundreds, soon to be thousands of subscribers. I'm super grateful. And I will plainly ask, can you do me a huge favor? I know everybody asks, but like and subscribe. Like whether you like it or not. Subscribe whether you want to or not. And of course you do. And every time you do, it helps build the channel. And then I can afford more Friskies for my cat. Because my cat goes through Friskies like you cannot believe. So we thank you for liking and subscribing. We'll see you guys next time.